Hello, Special Oil Society. Thank you so much for joining in this 5-minute tip. And we're going to have a raffle at the end for those of you who commented on a post that I had in our group. So I want to welcome you, and I'm going to get right started to it. So I have 5 minutes. So I'm going to ask my daughter to set a timer for 5 minutes on the oven. Could you set the timer? I'm going to hold me accountable here. So first I want to just talk a little bit about how essential oils are very helpful for our emotions and how to support our emotions. We may have heard, before you came to essential oils, you knew things smelled good. When like a freshly baked cookies are great to have an open house. Or when you smell something, you just know it's clean. Or if you can even smell like apple pie or something that might remind, or mothballs, whatever, and it'll remind you of grandma's house. So you may not realize that you've used your emotions or known that your emotions or memories are influenced by smells, but it is absolutely the way we were designed and the way our brain is designed with close to our olfactory system. And I'm not going to go on and on about that, but there are some really good resources that explain that. So what are essential oils? Essential oils are volatile aromatic compounds, steam distilled or pressed from the rinds of fruits, or steam distilled from the plant material, bark, stems, leaves, flowers, petals of different types of plants and flowers. Okay, that was a bottle of oil going down. Okay, got it. So, what's I saying? Okay. So what happens is they're volatile aromatic compounds. They don't just stay there. Volatile means they're like flashing off or smelling. So that's how, when they're the actual molecules, when you're breathing an essential oil, they're actually going into your nose, okay, going into your olfactory system. And then what happens is that there's different parts of our nasal passages, olfactory system, like past your olfactory bulb and towards it, kind of absorbing into your bloodstream. There's something called cilia at the top there, and it's a small area, and they kind of take those molecules and they go into your bloodstream. And then when it goes into your bloodstream, it's going into your brain. And I'm going to go to my notes right here. So let's go right there. So let me just go right to the special part. Okay, so when you are thinking of that memory, like mothballs in grandma's house, you smell like you're smelling it, you're like open up a cabinet and you're taken by surprise, and without even thinking, oh, this smell reminds me of grandma's house, you would get that immediate memory. So that's kind of, you don't really think about your smells and your memories, but it's there, and it happens lightning fast. So even some smells can bring back emotions of a bad time or a good time. Sometimes like emotional, some traumatic event may have happened, or a good event. So there's different things that can be attracted with our smells. And so when we're smelling something, that's part of our brain that creates, that is a limbic system of the brain. And there's different parts of the limbic system of the brain that happen to affect our emotions. And then basically the limbic system helps you with long and short-term memories, as well as different information that you have with your sense of smell. Let me go here. Let me go back. Go to my notes. Sorry. So one of the parts of the brain is the hypothalamus, and that's an active part of your brain that receives signals, and it responds to pain, thirst, hunger, pleasure, anger, behavior. It's just a very kind of a really important part, our hypothalamus. So, and that also regulates our autonomic nervous system, which does our blood pressure and our pulse and our breathing, even digestion, sweating, and arousal. That's all like in response to like emotional circumstances. But the hypothalamus is more like the thermostat. It restores equilibrium, our homeostasis, when the body's out of balance. So it's working at a neurological and chemical level. So it also helps to signal your body to release hormones that help regulate that metabolism and growth. So that's kind of how aromatherapy works in our brain. So when you sniff an oil, those volatile compounds like I just talked about enter your nose, travel up to the top of your nasal cavity, and those are like little small cilia. It's only like in 2 square centimeters. The olfactory system. So I don't want to go into any more detail about that, because that's going to be something I'm going to be talking about at the end, what we're going to be doing to learn a little bit more. But just know that when you're smelling something, it is going into your brain. That's why it's really important to ditch one of the reasons why to ditch those chemical compounds such as plug-ins and Glade and the smells and sprays, because you're breathing those in and it's going into your bloodstream, and they are not regulated. There are many chemicals and fragrances. They can say fragrance and you don't even know if those are harmful toxins that have been labeled as such or what. So that's why smelling things can affect your brain, but also it's important to have pure products. So one of the things I wanted to talk about to help you with to help with, like, one of the questions that came in was a man who was lost his job. Someone had asked me that, and he was kind of down and depressed. So I would recommend frankincense for anyone going through low feelings. They recommend underneath the tongue, a couple drops, or at the base of the neck. Peppermint. Oh, my alarm's going off. It's time to stop talking. Okay, I'm held accountable. So I'll just go over that. Frankincense, lavender or serenity, and peppermint. And then you can put that in your hand and breathe it in. Rub it on the base of your neck and smell it again. And then also take about 3 to 5 breaths to really get those compounds into your nose. And then, of course, topically, you can apply that also. It's great for head tension or tension in the body. And what you're doing by breathing that in is that they're getting to calm down the systems of your body that are stressed. So this is not just something psychological. This really is actually biology and chemistry. So if you'd like to know more, I have a lot more information for you. Especially, Robin had asked a great question, which is better, topical, internal, or aromatically. And as you can see, aromatically is really key to breathing it in and getting it into our system. However, ingestion, there's other different pathways in our body. Excellent. That's why frankincense under the tongue, 1 or 2 drops a day, is excellent for lowering inflammation in your body and helping with just in general stress. Also, bottoms of your feet are great too. If you don't like a smell, you could put it there just to get that into your system. But that is something, a longer conversation that we'll talk about later. So I mentioned for real kind of low feelings, again, another one is a balance, 20 drops of balance, 20 drops of serenity, 10 drops of, 5 drops of vetiver in fractionated coconut oil in a 10 ml bottle. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a class, and I'd like to take a poll. Would you like to have in person or online? And if we have an in-person class, we're going to make some actual roller balls with labels that kind of talk about emotions. So if you're interested in that, please comment below which way that you would like. The video's not working for you, Robin. You can log back in and come back in and see if that helps you. The other special is if anyone wants to this is the best thing ever from doTERRA. This, till the end of May, we're going to have, if anyone enrolls as a wholesale member, they don't have to buy multiple times. Just enroll, get a kit, or buy 100 PV, or a point value worth of oils. You get 50 PV, or $50 worth of oils for free. And the person who enrolls you gets $50 of oils too. So it's just unbelievable. So one of my favorites is Elevation for anxiety. It has Melissa, which is amazing, and I rub that on over my heart. When I'm feeling stressed, I'll use Balance on the back of my neck and Clary Calm on my lower abdomen, and I'll take a couple drinks of water and sit down, and that anxiety just kind of just in a couple minutes. It's crazy. It just kind of drifts away. It's amazing. So this one, you can get Elevation and get Clary Calm and get that $50 towards those 2 oils and get that almost for free. So there's a lot of good things you can get when you just get an intro kit just to get started with oils. Frankincense, peppermint, lavender, great for emotions. They come in your kit too. So that's just, and lemon. Lemon is great for focus and as well as uplifting. So there's a lot of good oils that you have in the basic kits, and then you can get free the ones that you want with only 4 or 5 business days. You don't have to order again. They'll just give it right to you. So it's a great deal. So if you know anyone who wants to learn about oils, let them talk to me if you're not interested in being involved, and I'll be glad to help them and glad to share some of the oils with you that I would get. So the last thing I was going to say is there are lots of different things I can go about. So my class idea is to have it late next week in person, not before Memorial Day weekend, or I could do it Saturday morning of Memorial Day weekend in person, and then we could also do an online class. So definitely comment below, or if you're online, go ahead and comment if you'd like to do an in-person class, which will make a roller ball for our emotions, or an online class, just because it's easier and convenient. Let me know. And if you know anyone who's interested in learning more about their emotions, essential oils, and they're not working with another doTERRA person, they are welcome to come too. Excellent. I mean, really. And if they decide to enroll, you can get something amazing too. I'd be glad to share any of the oils that the 50 PV with you if they enroll. So just please know, and I know a lot of people are in the group who are not enrolled yet, it's not scary. All you do is you just message the person who invited you, and just say, I'd like to get started. And then we will give you resources, and there's other groups we can add you to. We don't want to overwhelm you, to show you more about how to use your oils. And we just want to we want to be your easy button. And we want to help support you in your emotions. So comment below, in person or online. And then if you feel comfortable, you can also message me if you're looking for oils for specific issues, and I'll make sure to address it in our next online or in-person class. So thank you again, and I think I covered everything, and I went a little bit over, but I think I did great. I just stuck to the time. So please comment if you have any questions. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you.